Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Dagnan. 2 women are behind bars for the alleged abuse of a child. Investigators say they removed the child from the home of Lakeisha and Camille Atkinson from Drums back in March. According to police reports, they received reports from the child's school. She was telling them there that she was afraid to go home. The child is now in the custody of Children and Youth. A Black Creek Township teen waived his right to a preliminary hearing and now will be headed to Luzerne County Court to face a murder charge. 18-year-old Eric Montanari is accused of fatally stabbing 66-year-old Sandra Lee Montanari in her home on Market Street in Weston on March 16th. His uncle, Alan Montanari, also sustained stab wounds when he pulled Eric off the woman and took the teen outside the home. Eric Montanari faces 1 count of murder in the 3rd degree and a 2nd-degree felony for aggravated assault. The home at 615 Market Street in Weston was destroyed by fire last Sunday. That fire still under investigation. Montanari remains in prison without bail. A Luzerne County man struck by a vehicle last month has died. Following an autopsy, the Luzerne County coroner ruled the death of Peter Mangino as homicide. The 59-year-old of Hanover Township was struck by a vehicle last month at Lee Park Avenue and Oxford Street. Police say the car that struck Mangino was driven by 44-year-old Emiliano Hernandez of Hanover Township. Hernandez turned himself in a few days later. So far, no new additional charges have been filed. We now know more about the circumstances surrounding the baby left with an employee at the Toys R Us in Wilkes-Barre earlier this week. Police say the man who allegedly left the child, 24-year-old Thomas Himlin Jr., had been in a crash and fight before leaving the infant in the store. According to police, the Hudson man arrived at the store in an SUV with front-end damage and airbags deployed. He brought the child inside, saying he'd been in an accident, then dropped off the child, left with 2 other people in another vehicle. Police say he was watching the child for a friend. When he didn't show up as planned, the child's mother assumed he fell asleep and went home waiting for him to call. It wasn't until the next day she went to his parents' house and was told of the accident and the child taken into protective custody. Police did issue a warrant for a felony charge of child endangerment against Himlin. That investigation is continuing. After pleading no contest to involuntary manslaughter in March, a couple from Mahanoy City was sentenced on Wednesday to serve time in prison. 59-year-old John Latshaw and 55-year-old Dorothy Robinson were accused of causing the death of Latshaw's mother Elaine August 15th of 2015. Authorities said that the couple neglected Elaine while she was living with them on East South Street in the borough. She had untreated bed sores and her left foot was said to be mummified. Her death was ruled homicide. Latshaw and Robinson were sentenced to serve 3 to 24 months in a state correctional institution by Judge John Domalakis. A man is behind bars in the Schuylkill County Prison for allegedly assaulting a female victim in Mahanoy City. Police were called to the 200 block of East Pine Street in the borough around 1:30 Thursday and arrested 20-year-old Glenn Wood for reportedly assaulting a woman. He was charged with simple assault and false imprisonment. He was taken to prison for lack of $25,000 bail. A crash this morning in Beaver Meadow had one part of Route 93 closed. It was this morning around 4 a.m. that crash happened. Officials say a car hit a pole at Broad and Hickory Streets. The driver fled. Minutes later, a tractor-trailer got tangled in those low-hanging wires and pulled them down. Traffic detoured for a time. There were no injuries reported. State police at Hazleton are investigating. Coming up on WYLN News, a recall you might need to know about just in time for the weekend. Plus, WYLN's Julia Wiegand takes us to the Rotunda unveiling. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Overnight, we will have mostly clear skies with an overnight low of 65. Tomorrow, some isolated thunderstorms, the high 82. Then on Sunday, we have 62 degrees and a bit of rain. We'll be right back.
Strong families and strong values are what make Pennsylvania great.
My mother was strong, and she raised me with Pennsylvania values like hard work and integrity.
Republican John Schrin running for Congress to fight for our conservative values.
And I'll stand with the president to drain the swamp, secure our borders, and fight for the forgotten families of this country.
Strong borders, strong families, strong values. John Schrin for Congress.
I'm John Schrin, and I approve this message.
It's a new day in Pennsylvania, and there's a sign of hope. A sign families are saying no more to the high taxes that sent our jobs and children away. A sign of trust in a successful businessman, dedicated father, and American patriot. A sign families are supporting a conservative outsider instead of the backroom politician's hand-picked candidate. Above all, a sign. Tomorrow will be better than today.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Next week, a major access point to Wilkes-Barre from the back mountain will be closed. The Exit 3 off-ramp from the North Cross Valley Expressway will close Thursday through the late summer of 2019. The Pennsylvania Department of Transportation making that announcement today. The deck replacement and rehab project will detour southbound drivers to Exit 2. The closure, again, scheduled to begin Thursday, but may be changed if required by the weather. And again, it will last through 2019. Pennsylvania-based chips and snack food maker Utz recalling some of its tortilla chips because they may contain milk. Utz Quality Foods announced the voluntary recall late yesterday as some of its Golden Flake, Good Health, Utz, and Weiss brand tortilla chip products. The items have been shipped to 31 states and the District of Columbia. The company, based in Hanover, Pennsylvania, says the chips may contain milk not listed in the ingredients, which can lead to serious or life-threatening reactions to people with dairy allergies. Anyone who purchased the chips can return them for a refund of exchange. Considering tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo, not a good time for that to happen. The public was invited to the grand reopening of the restored Luzerne County Courthouse Rotunda last night in Wilkes-Barre. That project erased water-damaged falling plaster and resurrected artwork which graces the walls and tells the history of the area. WYLN's Julia Wiegand has more.
Luzerne County Courthouse's historic rotunda was officially reopened last night during a public grand reopening celebration in Wilkes-Barre.
They have a saying that public buildings is the index to the civic character of the people who built them. And this building, built in 1909, shows you what we thought of ourselves in Wilkes-Barre and Luzerne County at that time. Historic preservation is very important, and it gives us a good sense of place. And we have such important things in Wilkes-Barre and Luzerne County that we need to be proud of and restore them and pass them down to the next generation.
The $2.1 million restoration project has been in the works for about a decade.
It took years. We had to find the artist, we had to identify the artwork. It took over 2 weeks just to put the scaffolding up in this building. If we try to build this building today, it would be over $100 million. We're taking care of what we have. It was a labor of love. Our engineers put an incredible amount of time and effort into it. It's a once-in-a-lifetime building. We're lucky to have it here.
The courthouse received 2 grants this year, one from the Pennsylvania Historical Society and the second from the LSA funding, or the Gamming money, as well as being supported over $2 million by the Luzerne County Council Capital Fund.
I think too often we don't take care of our public high schools and a lot of our city halls, but luckily Luzerne County was fortunate enough to get capital grants to restore it. I find it interesting that it cost $2 million to build this building in 1909, and it cost us $2 million to restore it as well.
The celebration also featured Luzerne County Council, elected officials, judges, senior judges, and the musical talents of Wyoming Valley West Middle School Spartan Singers. A public tour of the courthouse was given to close out the night. Reporting from Wilkes-Barre for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
State Representative David Millard inviting the public to attend a drug abuse awareness forum. Speakers from the healthcare community will provide information about drug abuse and the opioid crisis. That forum will be taking place on Wednesday, May 9th, 6 until 8 p.m. at the Catawissa Fire Hall, that's at 400 South Street in Catawissa. It's free and open to the public, and if you would like more information on the event, you can call Representative Millard's district offices. Coming up on Shepton's News Choice, some Irish lads celebrating 40 years together on Community and You, plus a 5K with your pup. We'll have the details. But first, let's take a look at today's winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. Stay with us.
Pennsylvania is a great state filled with good, hardworking people looking to get ahead. But Tom Wolf wants to raise taxes and take more of your paycheck. I'm Scott Wagner. I sign hundreds of paychecks each week. I see firsthand how much state government takes. I'm blunt, outspoken, and determined. I'm a garbage man. You won't always agree with me, but know this. I'm on a mission to protect your paycheck and cut your taxes, and I will always put you first.
For a decade, Schuylkill County had no property tax increases, and all was good. Then serial tax increaser George Helkovich came along, and the smiles quickly disappeared. Commissioner Helkovich raised property taxes 3 times in 6 years. Even worse, Helkovich used money from your property taxes to give himself a pay raise. Dan Muser's a fiscal conservative and reformer with a plan to eliminate all school property taxes. Dan Muser, he's on our side.
I'm Dan Muser, and I approve this message.
At the Joyce Insurance Group, we offer insurance tailored to your needs. We protect what matters most to you.
We've been serving the needs of thousands of clients throughout Northeast Pennsylvania since 1955.
Our professional agents are dedicated to providing you with a great insurance experience.
With 62 years in business, our clients are the reason that we care the most.
Ask any of our 5,000 plus satisfied customers, and they'll tell you the right choice is Joyce.
Welcome to Community and You here on WYLN, everyone. I'm Gary Perna. I'm very pleased to have with me today Mike and Tom, and we are talking about the 40th anniversary celebration of the Irish Lads. And this is a big celebration going on this weekend in West Hazelton at the Cinema Draft House. And big disclaimer, I am 55% Italian, about 5% Irish, so I do love some Irish music, but I also love my pasta. So we're okay with that. All right, so we're good with that. So we're going to talk about this celebration on Sunday, May 6th. The doors open at 3. The event's at 4 at the Cinema Draft House. And this is a big event. And Mike, I'm going to start with you a little bit.
Sure.
Give us a little of a history of how you guys came together 40 years ago to start this band.
Actually, it's a very short story. We were all members of the Knights of Columbus, And for St. Patrick's Day, we decided that what we would do is get together. We were the young guys at the time, you know, and we would perform some traditional Irish folk music, which is something that our parents really didn't know about. We modeled ourselves after the Clancy Brothers, the Wolfe Tones, and the Dubliners, and I think we learned 4 songs because that's all the time we had with one practice. And basically, after that somewhat auspicious start, we decided that if it was going to be fun, we would keep going. And
40 years.
40 years.
How about that?
And Tom, you know, why have such a big shindig here for the 40th anniversary? And this is really not so much about you guys, but this is about benefiting a great organization in Hazleton.
Well, we are from Hazleton, and friends of ours own the Draft House, and they've always been kind to us. And the benefits are going to go to the Catholic Social Services Maternal Family Program. And I spoke with the director this morning, and they actually served last year 600 families throughout pregnancies, then nutrition guidance, family planning, counseling up until the children are one year of age. So it's a great program.
It is. And so for somebody to come in to the event, there is a charge. You would like some RSVPs, but you will take people at the door as well.
Oh, we certainly will. Reservations are suggested though, because it's just about filled. And there'll be lots of raffles and prizes. We have a bagpiper. Hopefully a couple special guests are going to sing. So we're looking forward to a great time. We did the same thing for the 30th. Which was
because we never thought that we would go further than the 30th.
In fact, we were a little almost late today because Mike and I spend most of our time looking at nursing homes now. So.
And this is really going to be a fun event. Obviously, a lot of Irish music. There's going to be some raffles and some stuff going on as well. But why make this such a big event? Yeah, of course, obviously to benefit Catholic Social Services, but why is it important for you guys to get together again and say, hey, we got to celebrate this?
One thing I can think of quickly is that I think the average lifespan of a band is about 5 years.
I don't.
So for you two have been doing something for 40.
I don't think you can name another group in the area.
And we do have to mention that there is one more member of the group who's not with us here today, but is your wife as well.
That is Gwen, who is actually putting this whole thing together. She's an angel.
And he was not paid to say that before the show. So again, this is a great event. So if you want to come out and have a great time, listen to some great music, take part in some raffles, learn a little bit maybe about your Irish heritage if you don't know that much about it, and some of the music of it, this is a great event to come out to on Sunday, May 6th. Doors open at 3 o'clock at the Cinema Draft House right on Broad Street, 3:30 in West Hazleton. And the event starts at 4.
Yeah. Right. Reservations, you can call 570-454-6062, and music is universal. Music is music, and we're a lot of fun, a lot of audience participation, a lot of laughs, and we can't thank you folks enough for helping us.
No problem.
Appreciate it very much.
And you guys said reservations are very strongly encouraged, so if you do want to go out to this, you may want to pick up that phone and call them so you're counted in, so you can get in, because it's almost full. And the Cinema Draft House is a beautiful place to have an event like this.
And we have a website, irishlads.net. Information's also there, irishlads.net.
All right, so a lot of information for you. It's been up on your screen. This is going to be a great event this weekend here. We finally got some nice weather, so take advantage of it and go outside, come out and enjoy some music at the Cinema Draft House in West Hazleton. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
God bless.
And thank all of you for joining us here on Community and You. We'll see you next time.
Northeast Pennsylvania. Scenic beauty, close-knit communities. We're neighbors helping neighbors. Lehigh Valley Health Network is bringing you leading-edge cancer treatment that's close to home. Robotic surgery for quicker recoveries. World-class heart care and access to top specialists. All from Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton and our 15 community locations. Neighbors caring for Greater Hazleton and beyond. Lehigh Valley Health Network.
AllCare Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986.
Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call AllCare Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
For 4 generations, All-American Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram has been treating their customers like family. Stop in to get the lowest financing options and best service around. Whether you're in need of a Ram pickup or have an active family lifestyle or simply want to show off your fun, adventurous side, All-American Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram of Tamaqua has a wide variety of inventory to choose from. Stop in for the Chrysler Pacifica Incredible Sales Event and the Jeep Celebration Event.
Monday. A weekend fire that gutted a home in one part of our viewing area is now under investigation. Fire crews were called out Sunday morning to a home on Market Street in the village of Weston. When firefighters arrived on location, the home was fully engulfed in flames. Crews from around the area were called in to help bring the fire under control. It is the same home where Sandra Lee Mortinelli was allegedly stabbed to death by her 17-year-old grandson last month. There were no injuries reported at the fire. A state police fire marshal was called into the scene to look for a cause. It was reported that the home has been vacant since the stabbing incident. Tuesday. A section of the northeast extension of the Pennsylvania Turnpike in Bear Creek Township was slow going due to a fatal crash. The one-vehicle crash claimed the lives of 2 people from New Jersey and sent 2 other people to the hospital with injuries. Wednesday, a brush fire in Hazel Township has consumed about 20 acres of brush. Fire crews from all over the greater Hazleton area were called in to battle the fire between Eagle Rock and the Humboldt Industrial Park. An air tanker that was at the Hazleton Regional Airport was called in to drop water on the fire. Wednesday was a red flag warning day. Conditions were right for brush fires. Gusty winds and low humidity means that a fire can quickly spread. No injuries were reported at that brush fire in Hazel Township. Thursday, Wilkes-Barre Township Police were on the scene of a home on Nicholson Street for hours Wednesday night into Thursday. The body of 39-year-old Cindy Lou Ashton was found inside her apartment. Police discovered the woman while conducting a welfare check at 134 Nicholson Street shortly before 6 p.m. She was found in a bathroom, and after an autopsy that was done, it was determined that she died from multiple stab wounds. The manner of death was ruled homicide. Authorities believe it was an isolated incident. Friday. 2 women are behind bars for allegedly abusing a child. Investigators say they removed the child from the home of Lashika and Sharmili Atkinson, both of Drums, back in March. According to police reports, they received reports from the child's school that she was afraid to go home. The child is now in custody of Children and Youth.
We're calling all dog lovers and dog owners. There's a 5K run walk coming up this month that may be of interest to not only you, but your pooch as well. WYLN's Julia Wiegand has the tail-wagging details.
It's the first ever 5K with your best friend. Uranco Productions presents the Lucky Dog Dash 5K 2018. It's the longest running 5K with dogs in Schuylkill County, making its initial ground about 5 years ago. Each year brings a new theme to the 5K that the competitors come up with. Break out your capes and get ready for your dog to defend the citizens from evil. It's a superhero theme. The main reason for the event, though, is to raise money towards Canines for Warriors.
Canines for Warriors is a nonprofit group out of Florida. And what they do is they team soldiers with post-traumatic stress with a dog that's trained. So all the money we're raising at these events for the Lucky Dog Dash goes to support that cause, which is really cool because I know that's a really special charity for myself. I served in the military and I'm a huge dog lover. So it's a win-win for everybody, and it's nice to be able to raise a couple $100 for charity every year.
The fastest dog to ever run the race was the Dachshund, so dogs big and small, young and old, are challenged to beat the little guy's time. The event is scheduled for Sunday, May 20th at Locust State Park in Barnesville.
We start exactly at 9 o'clock, so you want to get there before. I recommend between 8 and 8:15. That way you can register and check in. The entire course is paved as well. So get there early, get your dog acclimated to the environment, and it's just great because you're going to be not only competing, but you're also going to have your dog be able to socialize with other dogs as well.
Dogs are divided up into 4 different age groups where the top 3 of each group will receive medals. Although highly encouraged, you don't have to compete with a dog. Solo competitors can also win medals divided into male and female categories. To register with your dog is $40, while without a dog is $35.
So this is a rain or shine event. But if we're going to cancel it for rain, everything's fully refundable. But there's no rain date in sight, but we usually, the dogs don't care that it's raining.
Online registration can be found on the Lucky Dog 5K's Facebook page, but ends May 10th. Don't worry if you miss it online. You can also sign up at the event the morning of.
I'd love to take this idea to Columbia County and to branch out. So if there's any organizations out there who would like to benefit from our services, please let us know.
For more information on the Lucky Dog 5K or to check out what else Urenco Productions does, visit their Facebook pages. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
How much fun does that sound like it'll be? Although I don't know if we could either make a 5K. We'll have to see. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN News.
Churros Auto Sales has been serving the area with quality vehicles since 1954. Churros Auto Sales is known as your friendly dealer and now in their 4th generation and voted the best used car dealer by the readers of Standard Speaker Choice Awards. John Churro would like to thank everyone that voted for his business. When you need a quality pre-owned vehicle, choose from a large selection at Churros 570-454-7229.
Are you in good hands? Call Gary McNeilis of Allstate Insurance for all your insurance needs. The McNeilis Agency has 2 locations to conveniently serve you, 1092 North Church Street in Hazel Township and Hometown Village Square in Hometown. Their quality service-oriented agency will make sure you get the coverage you need at a price you can afford. Call in Hazel Township at 570-454-1981 or in Hometown at 570-668-5133.
Are you in good hands?
On Saturday, May 12th at 7:30 p.m., the Wiltsey Center presents Beatlemania Now. Join the crowd and twist and shout to the music of the world's greatest rock band. Beatlemania Now successfully recaptures the mood and frantic intensity of that bygone era, skillfully and effectively recreating the sights and sounds that were and still are the Beatles. 700 North Wyoming Street in Hazleton at the Historic Castle. Tickets are $27 in advance, $30 at the door. On sale now at eventbrite.com, at Boscov's at the Laurel Mall, and at the door.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
Weather on WYLN TV 35 is brought to you by State Representative Tara Toohill. Paid for by the committee to elect Tara Toohill. You're watching Monterey City's Choice. For news, weather, and live local sports. WYLN, we're your local network.